morning. I forgot I can look up there and see what slide we're on. There we go. So I'd like to take a few moments to go over what the property committee's been doing over the last 3 years. I'd also like to thank Cliff and Jay for their previous leadership. The committee looks at projects in two ways: capital projects and volunteer projects. Volunteer projects are those which can be adopted by any member of the congregation and readily accomplished, usually in a day. Capital projects are those which require some investment of funds and take more than a single weekend to accomplish. Before we go too far, let me introduce you to the committee members. Members at large, we got Paul Ellis Graham, Rich Montrose, Roy Zucca, Bob Burgoyne, myself, Jay Wilkins, Peter Christensen, and Ralph Smith. On Tech Committee, we got Tim Kosman, and my Design Subcommittee, I got Barbara Rodenheiser and Sally Stanton. I don't do colors. Some of the volunteer projects that have been completed to date include projects at the Manse prior to the Holkeys' arrival, right? That summer got very busy, even in COVID, trying to get the Manse all ready for their arrival. And then some other things we've done around the church with paint and nursery, we'll show you that. Just keeping fire exit signs up to date so that we can pass annual inspections, and some other really basic stuff of, ladies' room toilet not rocking, not sitting flat on the floor, we got to fix sometimes. But with funding from members of the congregation, making some specific donations, as well as funds from the Capital Committee, the Capital Fund, the church front was all cleaned, scraped, and repainted. And if you haven't seen it at night, you really need to come see it at night. With the lights all redone and powered up, and simple color scheme of getting the colors to all be the same color, right? Not soft and dark and whatever. There's in my job, I've learned that there's a lot goes into just the color, from soft and warm colors. We're also used a couple of monthly work weekends to remove some overgrown hues and replace them with boxwoods, and we've received mulch from the village, and then then planted a bunch of marigolds. You that did that know who you are. With more mulch from the village, we were able to resurface the preschool playground. And has everyone had a chance to see the newly painted nursery? The handprints that form the flowers in the nursery were kids from our congregation. And then a lot of different people were involved in repainting of the hallway. The hallway looks nice and bright as you walk down through. Another project undertaken last year was the replacement of the bulkhead covering the outside basement stairway. Does everyone know what a bulkhead is? Oh, sorry, that was a private joke. As the village installed new sidewalk along Mill Pond Parkway, they left us with a problem stairway that we addressed with the mayor and got them to correct the issue by replacing and resetting the stairs, and then left us with having to fix the hand railing, but we got to that. Additional capital projects: relocating the shed from out here in the parking lot to over to Heaven Sent Garden, having some trees that we needed removal over at the garden and out back here by our neighbors, repairing some damaged stones at the new addition ramp, repair of failing catch basin inlets, security cameras for the church and preschool. That's an ongoing project, soon to be completed. And then there's a bunch of different tech projects for streaming the Sunday services. Computers, monitors, IT cabling, electrical outlets, etc., to be able to put this all out on the web. The big project of last year was the refurbishment of the library into what we are now calling, up for debate I hear, Media Room. This project started out to just replace the carpet. That expanded into removing suspended ceiling, adding new lights, which drove replacing all the wallboard. And while you have the walls open, let's upgrade all the electrical in the room as well. Why not? These kind of projects take a lot of participation and effort, but really set the congregation up for moving forward. However, we now need new chairs to go with the new room. And we're asking the congregation members to adopt a chair. The plan is to have 20 chairs, which will give the 12 session members and the pastor a seat with spares for committee members and/or youth members attending a meeting, or just spares if a chair becomes unusable in the future. We still have matching chairs in the room. We currently have 4 chairs from existing donations. The plan is to have 12 wheeled and 8 chairs without wheels. When averaged together, the price per chair is $150. So we're asking for 16 donors to adopt a chair. Future upcoming projects, the current list includes choir room flooring, which has already been funded. Food pantry floor, we're looking at funding a funding grant option from the Hudson Presbytery for the food pantry floor, and we'll be putting out a request for proposals from local contractors. That's a fairly big project. We also look at the Freeland Hall entry stairs, new phone system, the driveway parking lot asphalt sealer, replacing the Freeland Hall flooring, future needs down the road, 5 to 10 years out, a cottage roof, upkeep on the organ, church shed is declining, and vinyl siding in the 1931 edition. So the vinyl siding down through the the office area, very brittle, breaks at almost any touch. So that's going to be, but those are like 5 to 10 year out projects. There are numerous volunteer projects which can be adopted or completed as part of the monthly work days, which take place on the second Saturday of every month. Look forward to seeing everyone. The projects continue as any homeowner can imagine. Projects continue to come up, and we try and stay ahead of them and are working towards preventive maintenance. Thank you. Any questions?